And heuristic is just a method, okay? So it's not a technique. It's a way to see if what you're doing is actually going to work, if you're applying the law properly or not. And this is something you can use at any stage of manifesting something. The shortest version of it is if I ask you right now, do you have what you want? What is your immediate mental response? Now that question should be conditioned to the desire. So if your desire is for money, if I ask you, are you rich? Your immediate mental reply to that question is your dominant state. And if you want to be rich and your current answer is, well, no, like I'm 2 months behind on rent, or I'm still in a ton of debt, but I'm manifesting to be rich, then you're not in the state. You didn't really properly capture it. If your immediate reply is, yeah, I have all the money I'll ever need, really, truly, if that's really what your mind immediately thinks, then yes, you have captured the state. When it comes to a relationship, someone casual, imagine it's not me. Imagine it's someone you just met. Like, oh, you in a relationship? What does your mind immediately think? Do you think, well, I like this guy, but I'm not sure if he likes me, and we're kind of dating, but not really? Or if you think, well, they won't take my calls. I haven't seen them in 6 months, and I'm trying to manifest getting them back. Or does your mind say, yeah, I'm married? Even if you have zero evidence, even if the person hasn't talked to you in 2 years, if your mind immediately says, yes, I'm married, then you know the state you're in, okay? So that's the simplest form of this heuristic when it comes to job. What do you do for work? Very common question. What answer does your mind prepare? In that, when I ask you, oh, what do you do for work? What does your mind say? Does it say, oh, well, I haven't had a job in 3 months, or haven't had a job since COVID, or well, I work as an accountant, but I really want to be in mustard seed distribution, or if it says like, yeah, well, I'm in the industry I want to be in. Let's say I work in the art history department at a university, but I really want to be a tenured professor. Well, if your mind is saying that and you really want to be a tenured professor, you have to mentally step into when someone asks you, oh, what do you do? Oh, I'm a tenured professor in art history. Even though you're right now only an adjunct. Your mind's response tells you your state and if you've assumed it or not. So let's look at the more detailed heuristic. Let me just pull it up, and I'm calling this, though it's not stated on there, get your breakthrough, because what a bunch of clickbait bullshit. But hey, if I did include that in the title or something, it got